Dela writes, my MVVs, welcome. Ooni of Ife and Olori Mariam are rumored to have had a very serious
because
again
when
this time.
People sat down and they were talking about the fact that they have to give the wife another timeline to leave the palace. Olori Mariam came and told Ooni of Ife, as a matter of fact, she had already had a scan, and they said she brought the scan to show to the Ooni of Ife that this happens to be the scan of her babies, the babies that she is expecting, that all the baby that she is expecting, whether it's baby, some people are saying baby, some are saying baby, that she is pregnant for the Ooni of Ife against their own culture to leave your matrimonial home while you are pregnant. And people immediately, like the elders that were there, were said to have corrected her immediately that she's not leaving her matrimonial home. She's actually still married to the Ooni of Ife. After all, the place where she's supposed to go to is a place that has been provided by the Ooni of Ife for her, right? That nobody wants her to leave. Nobody, is trying to push her out of her matrimonial home. That Kabiyesi is not that kind of a man, and Kabiyesi would never, ever do that. Now, what is going on is that we had a report that has been making the rounds that Ooni of Ife is, pushing for, customary dissolution of marriage, as in, this has to do with those Oloris who will not be willing to leave the palace, because it does seem as if one of the bigger challenges they are facing is this issue of leaving the palace. Oloris are not ready to leave the palace. Remember, of course, we do know that these women are all humans. Who wants to get married and just get up one day and leave? But now, the truth is that I have always said something that, life is all about responsibility and accountability. And when people decide to make certain decisions, they must understand that there are consequences for every decision that we make. Now, I think what is going on with the Olori Naomi and the Ooni of Ife is something that a lot of young people out there needs to learn from. Now, if all the information we keep gathering on social media is the truth, you see a man who is married to to his wife, maybe because of the glory that, is being portrayed by that woman. You think that all is well, everything is well. You begin to admire them in such a way that you want to take away everything that belongs, because that was exactly what happened to Olori Naomi. When Olori Naomi was in the palace, she was so beautiful. She goes about with so much glory, with all of these things. Even right now, I know that she is still like that, or a lot more. But then again, it was everything that these women saw that they admired that made them to think that it was okay for them to collect everything that Olori Naomi had, and that was why they pushed for that relationship to go down. Because I do know that a lot of people are coming here and arguing that it's nobody's issue that Queen Naomi left her marriage, nobody pushed her out of her marriage. The truth remains that she had issues, like she was uncomfortable with so many things that were happening in the palace, and she couldn't say anymore, and that was why she left. And this has to do with a lot of these women. Now, when Naomi was married to the Ooni of Ife, Olori Tobi was in a relationship with the Ooni of Ife. Olori Temitope was in a relationship with the Ooni of Ife. Olori Ronke was in a relationship with the Ooni of Ife. Olori Mariam was in a relationship with the Ooni of Ife. As a matter of fact, when that issue came up with the Ooni of Ife and Naomi, when people were cancelling the Ooni of Ife to go back and beg the wife, and elders were busy telling him not to go back, that he's king, he cannot beg, women should flog themselves around him, and all of that. Mariam, they said, was one of those who said that Ooni of Ife is an African king and needs not to beg anybody. Now, they have entered now, they have seen what is going on. They have seen that, it's not as rosy as you think. Okay, right now, I have seen these things happen over and over again, where a man leaves his marriage and he says that, the woman is a bad woman and all of that. 2 years down the road, he wants to go back to the same bad woman. So when women do these things, they should always know that there are consequences. Right now, the man loves his wife. He wants to go back to his wife. And the wife knows her word. She's standing her grounds. And she is saying that, I don't want crowd. I'm not going to be a part of any crowd. It's either you choose me or you choose them. You have to pick one. If there will be the palace, I will go. But if you want me back in the palace, they will have to go. I don't care where they go to. It's up to you to make a decision. I'm not necessarily telling you to go and divorce them because I know that is something that might not be possible. But then again, I'm not going to go and live with that crowd because that is not what I want for my life. And obviously, that has been what this woman has been saying the entire time. And the Ooni of Ife, because he is really in that place where he wants to get his wife back, he's doing everything to have that. Right now, they saw Olori Mariam came with all of this scan. You know the kind of scan you get when you are expecting a baby scan or there, the womb or the fetus or whatever. And they say Kabiyesi said that even allegedly that even if he's expecting twins or triplets, they will all stay outside. That there's nothing he can do that he has not done. He has honored them. He has given them everything. He has shown them love, respect, and everything. He does not know what they want from him. That if they had cooperated, things would not be where they are right now. From the very beginning of this whole drama, I really believe that if they cooperated, if they had allowed Naomi come, when Naomi was supposed to come, everybody was quiet, everybody was receptive, things would have been a lot different from now. But people went and did all sort of that things, but unfortunately they didn't work. Right now, with everything that is playing out, of course, we can see that this whole drama that was done, nothing worked. And Naomi is coming back to the palace, and Naomi is saying that if I must be in the palace, the Oloris will have to leave. Even though we have heard that some Oloris are ready to leave, Oloris like Dr. Elizabeth, Oloris like Olori Temitope, that they don't have a problem with whatever it is, the decision that the Ooni of Ife makes. But then again, we have some Oloris who are, you know, doing this thing as if it's a do or die affair. They are not ready to leave. And Olori Mariam is said to have cried so much as Ooni of Ife slammed her, told her that even if she's having a twin, that all of them, they will stay outside the palace because he needs to bring sanity back to the palace and he needs to bring his wife and son back. Now, we have seen what Ooni of Ife shares with Queen Naomi. At some point, maybe he didn't realize it, but right now he has come to the realization that there's nothing he can truly do without Queen Naomi. And so that is where it is. And they say Mariam cried so much over the response that came from the Ooni of Ife. Going to bring you more update. I appreciate you so much. Thank you.